Imagine two people. One earns $80,000 a year. The other earns $50,000. Most people think the first person will become rich. But in today's economy, the higher salary might actually make them poorer. Because the modern economy has created something called the salary trap. Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm really glad you found this video. Because what I'm about to share with you is something that took me years to figure out, and nobody taught me in school. Nobody told me at my first job, and honestly, most people spend their entire careers without ever realizing it. Today, we're going to break down exactly why a higher salary is not the same as wealth, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it. Stay till the end, because Section 5 is where everything changes. That's where I give you the real escape route. Here's what most of us were taught growing up in America. Study hard, get good grade, get a good job, earn a higher salary. And then you'll become successful, you'll be comfortable, you'll be set. That was the deal, that was the promise. And here's the thing, for a lot of people it actually worked for a while, but somewhere along the way the rules quietly changed. Right now, millions of Americans are earning more money than any previous generation in history. We have people making $70,000, $90,000, $120,000 a year, numbers that would have sounded almost unbelievable to our grandparents. And yet, millions of people are earning more money than ever, yet feel poorer than ever. Credit card debt is at an all-time high. Retirement savings are dangerously low, and the number one source of stress in American households is still money. How is that possible? How are people earning more and feeling like they have less? That's what we need to talk about. Here's what nobody tells you. Salary growth does not equal wealth growth. They are not the same thing. And there are three specific reasons why. The first one is taxes, and this one is sneaky. When you get that raise, when you jump from $50,000 to $100,000 a year, you feel like you just doubled your income. But the government doesn't see it that way. Here's what actually happens. On a $50,000 salary, after federal and state taxes, Social Security, Medicare, you might take home around $38,000 to $40,000 a year. Now you get that big raise to $100,000. You expect to take home $80,000. But after taxes, you're looking at maybe $68,000 to $72,000. You doubled your salary, but you did not double your take-home pay. The difference shrank. The government took a bigger cut. And that's just reason number one. The second reason is something called lifestyle inflation. And this one is the silent wealth killer. When your income goes up, your spending almost automatically goes up with it. It's human nature. You get the raise, so you upgrade the apartment. You get the promotion, so you lease the nicer car. You start making more, so the kids go to private school, you get the premium gym membership, you upgrade the vacations, you start buying things because you can, not because you plan to. And before you know it, you are spending every single dollar of that raise, sometimes more. The more you earn, the more expensive your life becomes. There's actually a name for this in behavioral economics. It's called hedonic adaptation. And it means the more you have, the more normal it starts to feel, and then you always want just a little bit more. People on $150,000 a year feel just as financially stressed as people on $60,000 a year. Because they built a lifestyle that requires $150,000 to maintain. The third reason is the one that hits the hardest. Salary is a trade. You trade your time for money. That's the deal. And here's the brutal math on that deal. Time is the only resource you can ever get back. Think about what it takes to earn more salary. You work longer hours, you take on more responsibility. You get promoted, which means more stress, more demands, more of your life being consumed by work. But no matter how good you are at your job, no matter how hard you work, you are still limited by the hours in a day, by your energy, by the fact that there are only so many years in your working life. Salary makes you comfortable, but it also puts a ceiling on your life. Now I want to show you something that most people never see because it's not taught in schools. And the people who understand it rarely talk about it publicly. There are two completely different financial systems operating in this country at the same time. System 1 is for salary earners, and System 2 is for asset owners. Here's how salary earners operate. You get paid for your time. Before you even see your paycheck, taxes have already been taken out. And the moment you stop working, your income stops. There's no momentum. There's no compounding. The second you're sick or laid off or you retire, the money stops. Now, here's how asset owners operate. They own things that generate income while they sleep. Their money is taxed differently, often at lower rates, often deferred, and their wealth doesn't stop when they stop working. It compounds. It builds on itself. Over time, they don't need to work harder to earn more. Their assets do the work for them. Same economy, same country, same tax code, mostly. But completely different outcomes. So what are these assets? What do they actually look like? Businesses, either ones you build or ones you invest in through the stock market. Real estate, rental properties that generate monthly income. Stocks and index funds, ownership stakes in companies that grow and pay dividends. Intellectual property, books, online courses, content that earns royalties. These are things that work for you, not because you showed up today, but because you made a smart decision in the past. And this is the system that the wealthiest people in America use. Not because they're smarter than you. Not because they got lucky. But because they learned these rules early and they played a completely different game. So if all of this is true, if salary is so limiting, why does almost everyone just accept it? Why do smart, ambitious, hardworking people spend 30 or 40 years inside a system that was never designed to make them wealthy? 3 reasons, and every single one is psychological. First, social status. In America, your job title is your identity. What do you do? Is often the first question people ask when they meet you. And a prestigious job, a senior VP title, a doctor, a director, carries enormous social weight. People will stay at jobs they hate, in careers that drain them for decades, because of how it makes them look to other people, because of the prestige, because of the business card. Second, the illusion of security. The salary feels safe. The paycheck shows up every 2 weeks. The health insurance is taken care of. There's a 401k match. But here's what people don't think about. That safety is entirely controlled by someone else. One bad quarter, one corporate restructuring, one new boss who doesn't like you, and it's gone. The most dangerous kind of security is the kind you don't control. And third fear of risk. Most people look at investing or building a business and they see one thing, the possibility of losing. But they don't calculate what they're already losing by not investing. They don't measure the cost of staying inside the system, the years of wealth that never got built, the compound interest that never happened, the financial freedom that never came. The system doesn't reward the hardest workers. It rewards the owners. All right, this is the section I promised you. This is the part that actually matters. Because I'm not here to just depress you about the system. I'm here to show you exactly how smart professionals are escaping it right now. With the same salaries, the same jobs, the same 24 hours everyone has. Here's the 4-step escape plan. Step 1. Use your salary as a capital generator, not a lifestyle fund. Your salary is not your wealth. It is the tool you use to build wealth. There's a massive difference. The mistake most people make is treating every dollar they earn as a dollar to be spent. Instead, start treating a percentage of every paycheck as capital, money that is going to work for you. Even if it's just 10% at first. The mindset shift is what matters. You're not saving money, you're buying your freedom. Step 2, invest in assets. Once you have capital, put it into things that grow. If you're just starting out, index funds are one of the most powerful, most underrated wealth-building tools in American history. The S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annual returns over the long term. That means money you invest today can double roughly every 7 years, not because you worked harder, but because you put it in the right place. House hacking, buying a property, living in one unit, renting out the others is how thousands of regular people have built significant net worth without being millionaires first. Start where you are, start with what you have, but start. Step 3, build multiple income streams. Here's a stat that should change how you think about your finances. According to research on wealthy Americans, most millionaires have not one, not two, but an average of 7 income streams. But you need to start building your second. It could be a side business. Freelancing in your area of expertise, rental income, dividend income from investments, content creation, digital products, consulting. The goal is simple. Stop depending on a single source of income. Because single source income is the foundation of the salary trap. The moment that source disappears, you're in crisis. Multiple streams mean resilience. Multiple streams mean options. Multiple streams mean freedom. Step 4. Reduce your dependency on salary gradually. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. In fact, please don't do that. The goal is a slow, deliberate shift. You keep your salary and use it to fund the assets that will eventually replace it. Month by month, year by year, you reduce how much of your lifestyle depends on that single paycheck. When your investment income covers your basic expenses, that's financial security. When your passive income exceeds your salary, that's financial freedom. You don't need to become a millionaire to feel free. You need your assets to cover your needs. That's the actual goal. Let me leave you with the truth that I wish someone had told me earlier. The biggest financial lie ever told in America is that a higher salary will make you rich. A salary can make you comfortable. It can pay your bills, fund your lifestyle, keep things stable, but assets make you free. And the sooner people realize this, the sooner they escape the salary trap. If this video gave you a new way of looking at your money, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Drop a comment and tell me, which of the 4 steps are you starting with? And if you're ready to go deeper, the next video is right here. I'll see you there.